music station, Hot 99.5.
Good morning, America. Breaking overnight, President Trump takes a victory lap, revealing new details about that historic summit with North Korea's dictator as he celebrates the release of American prisoners.
Obama paid $1.8 billion for hostages. With respect, we didn't pay for them.
Also this morning, backlash brewing over what a White House staffer said about Senator John McCain, claiming what he says doesn't matter because he's, quote, dying anyway. Now McCain's family is responding.
ABC News exclusive. Harrowing new details. For the first time, we hear from the hero pilots who landed that Southwest jet after the engine exploded.
In the Navy, there's a saying, whatever it takes.
Tammy Jo Schultz now revealing she wasn't even supposed to be piloting that plane. And the passengers speaking out about trying to save that mom who was nearly sucked out of the window. The first interviews only on GMA this morning.
Outrage growing over this incident at Yale University. A black student napping in her dorm's common room when a white student calls the police. The confrontation caught on camera.
And a family out on safari when they decide to get out and take pictures. Then cheetahs pounce. What a close call.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
And we do say good morning, America. Great to have you on this Friday morning.
Yes, it is. That family's lucky to be with us on this Friday morning. First rule of safari: don't get out the car when you're there. Stay in your car. Very fortunate family there. The cheetah surrounding them when they got out of their car. Had a young infant with them as well. And they're very fortunate. Mom was calm enough to walk back to the car. We're very fortunate that it all ended the way it did.
Get in and lock the door. We're going to begin with President Trump. He was riding high at a rally in Indiana last night after North Korea's release of the 3 American prisoners. The president is also revealing new details about that historic meeting with Kim Jong-un. It's now set for Singapore in June. Our senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega starts us off with the latest. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, George, good morning to you. June 12th, not at the DMZ as President Trump had said he wanted. Singapore is neutral territory. We have come a long way from the fire and fury and rocket man rhetoric. President Trump now says America's relationship with North Korea is good.
America is being respected again.
President Trump boasting about what no other American president has ever done. Have a face-to-face with the leader of North Korea.
I'll be meeting with Kim Jong-un to pursue a future of peace. We're going to set the table. We're going to make a great deal for the world, for North Korea, for South Korea, for Japan, for China.
At a campaign rally in Indiana overnight, the president sounding hopeful, sort of.
I think it's going to be a very big success. But my attitude is, and if it isn't, it isn't.
The president took to Twitter to announce the details of the historic summit, June 12th in Singapore. Critics already sounding the alarm.
I worry that this president, in his eagerness to strike a deal and get the acclaim and a photo op, will strike a quick one and a bad one, not a strong one, not a lasting one.
But President Trump still feeling victorious after that historic homecoming. The 3 American prisoners held for years and subjected to hard labor.
And we welcomed them back home the proper way.
Grateful smiles as they met the president and first lady moments after touching down just outside the nation's capital. Overnight, President Trump slipping in a dig at President Obama, saying his predecessor had to pay ransom in order to free hostages from Iran, while he got the 3 detainees from North Korea out for free.
In all fairness, Obama, President Obama, paid $1.8 billion for hostages. Those hostages came out with respect. We didn't pay for them.
Yeah, that comment raising a lot of eyebrows this morning. So an administration official here says that it is now looking like this summit is just going to last for one day. Of course, that summit in Singapore. There is the possibility that other world leaders may be in attendance, but so far, George, the White House is saying they're not demanding that Kim meet any preconditions ahead of that summit.
No, but of course, on that Iran point the president is making, that was $1.8 billion. That was Iran's money that we owed them from the time of the hostages. It wasn't for release of hostages. But on another front, a cabinet meeting on Wednesday got pretty raucous, and actually, we're learning that President Trump pushed one cabinet secretary almost to the breaking point.
Yeah, this is the Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen. We're told by a source who was in this meeting this week that the president berated her. He is very unhappy about a recent rise in the number of illegal border crossings. We're told by the source who was in that meeting that the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, sold Nielsen down the river, saying that she could just arrest people at the border if she wanted to. DHS is denying that she drafted any kind of resignation letter, George.
Okay, Cecilia Vega, thanks very much. Robin?
And George, there's outrage over comments a White House aide made about Senator John McCain, saying his criticism about the CIA director nominee doesn't matter because he's dying. Let's go to our senior congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce, on Capitol Hill with more on this. And of course, Mary, this is getting a lot of reaction.
Yeah, and Robin, that reaction has been one of outrage and swift condemnation. One U.S. official telling us these comments from a White House aide are, quote, despicable, vile, and completely unacceptable.
Overnight, swift backlash after a White House aide dismissed Senator John McCain's opposition to the president's nominee to lead the CIA, saying it doesn't matter, he's dying anyway. McCain is battling brain cancer. His wife, Cindy McCain, responding directly to the White House communications aide, Kelly Sadler, tweeting, "May I remind you, my husband has a family, 7 children and 5 grandchildren." McCain's close friend, Senator Lindsey Graham, reportedly saying nobody is laughing in the Senate. The White House does not deny the comment and has not apologized, but in a statement says we respect Senator McCain's service to our nation, and he and his family are in our prayers during this difficult time. McCain has come out forcefully against Trump's pick for CIA Director Gina Haspel, saying her role in overseeing the use of torture by Americans is disturbing. Her refusal to acknowledge torture's immorality is disqualifying. McCain spent more than 5 years as a prisoner of war in Vietnam, enduring horrific treatment and cruel conditions. But on Fox yesterday, retired Air Force Lieutenant General Thomas McInerney disparaged McCain's experience during a debate on torture.
Well, the fact is John McCain, it worked on John. That's why they call him Songbird John.
But McCain never bent to pressure while being tortured, and there is no evidence he ever cooperated with his captors. The host of that Fox program was quick to apologize and says he didn't hear the comment.
If I heard what he said the right way, I would have pushed back. I didn't. I blew it. Those reprehensible comments do not reflect how I feel or how this network feels about Senator McCain.
But there's another apology McCain still has yet to receive, one from the president himself, who famously questioned McCain's past during the campaign.
He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero. 5.5 years. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured.
Now, Gina Haspel, Trump's pick to lead the CIA, is also weighing in. She says, despite McCain's opposition to her nomination, that, quote, I have the utmost respect for Senator McCain, and I appreciate the thoughtfulness with which he's approached this nomination process. Robin.
Mary, how is the senator doing this morning?
Well, Robin, we know he is still at home in Arizona. His good pal, Lindsey Graham, though, says that McCain appeared better than expected, stronger than he expected during one of their recent visits. The two discussed plenty of work, but also even watched their favorite Western movie together. Now, as for that White House staffer, Kelly Sadler, she has yet to comment publicly, although she reportedly did give Meghan McCain a call to apologize. Meghan is expected to speak out on all of this later this morning on The View.
Oh, I'm sure that will happen. All right, Mary, thanks so much. Mary? Michael?
I look like Mary. It's okay. All right, Rob, we're going to switch gears, though. We're going to go to the severe storms that are sweeping across the country. More than 25 million Americans are in the storm zone this weekend, and Ginger's been tracking it all. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning, Michael. I don't know if you saw that lightning show over New York City, but it was pretty impressive. And it wasn't just the danger from lightning, but from trees falling. Look at this. In Maryland, that tree falling straight down, 60-plus mile-per-hour winds, and you saw a lot of damage. One man was actually killed in Richmond, Virginia, because of a tree branch falling on him. So there is more of this threat where that came from. That stationary front connected with a couple of lows, going to give a pocket of severe storms for the Rockies, parts of Colorado, Nebraska, and Wyoming. And then it spreads out on Saturday, tomorrow. If you have outdoor plans anywhere from Illinois right through Ohio into Pennsylvania, something to watch for: damaging winds, hail, and of course the isolated tornado. Michael?
All right, Ginger, we'll keep our eye on that. And in Hawaii this morning, they're still facing that volcano emergency. Overnight, authorities shutting down the national park indefinitely, and the governor there now asking the president to declare a federal disaster, asking for financial help. As this comes as lava spreads across Hawaii's Big Island, experts fear the volcano could blow its top in the coming days and hurl ash and boulders miles into the air. The volcano has already destroyed at least 36 structures and forced nearly 2,000 people to evacuate.
Well, that really is something. We're going to turn now to an incident sparking anger at Yale University, where a white student called police to confront a black student who fell asleep in the common area of their dorm. That student then posted a video of her encounter with police on social media. ABC's Lindsay Davis here with all the fallout. Good morning, Lindsay.
And lots of fallout there is. Good morning to you, George. Yale University says police admonished the student who made the call, but some are wondering if that's really enough. There is growing frustration in the black community. The headline on one website: add taking a nap in your dorm common room to the list of things you can't do while black.
Outrage this morning over this confrontation at Yale University.
I have every right to call the police. You cannot sleep in that room.
This white student called police on a black graduate student who fell asleep while writing a paper in the dorm's common area. 4 officers respond.
Once we verify that you're a resident here, then we'll be on our way.
Bola de Cianbola unlocks her door to prove she lives there, but police still want to see ID. She turns it over, but is detained for more than 15 minutes when the name doesn't exactly match their records.
I deserve to be here. I pay tuition like everybody else. I'm not going to justify my existence here.
Cianbola tells police the same woman called police on her friend, a fellow student, in March. That student says when he asked her for directions, she responded,
"You're making me uncomfortable. I don't feel safe around you. You're an intruder. You need to get out. You need to leave. You need to get out."
Now growing frustration in the black community. The headline on one website: add taking a nap in your dorm common room to the list of things you can't do while black. Situations like this are becoming all too common. Earlier this week, the president of Nordstrom Rack apologized to 3 black teens falsely accused of trying to steal clothing from a St. Louis store.
This is from Airbnb.
2 weeks ago, police swarmed this Airbnb rental in California after 3 black house guests checking out were accused of being burglars. And then there was the Starbucks case, which made national headlines after 2 black men were arrested after waiting to meet someone inside this Philadelphia Starbucks.
Overnight, Yale's president released a statement saying we must neither condone nor excuse racism, prejudice, or discrimination at Yale. To that end, the university plans to hold listening sessions to inspire more conversations about inclusiveness. And of course, it's a national conversation that needs to be had. There's a hashtag, Living While Black, which the point is basically to highlight different examples to say, hey, it's hard out here for black people because the rules are different.
And unfortunately, there are so many examples.
Yeah.
You have
So many.
All right. Thank you, Lindsay. Now to new developments in the Golden State Killer case. Joseph DeAngelo is facing new charges this morning, 4 counts of murder in Santa Barbara, 12 murder charges now in all. ABC's Whit Johnson has the latest.
This morning, a wave of new charges piling up against Joseph DeAngelo, the suspected serial killer accused of terrorizing California in the 70s and 80s. The Santa Barbara district attorney slapping the 72-year-old former police officer with 4 additional counts of murder.
Violent, cold cases never grow cold for victims or their loved ones.
The new charges stemming from 2 brutal cold cases, including the 1979 murders of Dr. Robert Offerman and Deborah Alexandria Manning. William and Joan Oakley were supposed to play tennis with the pair the next morning. Instead, they say, they discovered their friends' bodies inside their condo.
I still, if I ever see a light on a porch and it's in the morning, I always think of Bob. And you know, it bothers me. It brings back a lot of memories.
Authorities also charging D'Angelo with the 1981 double murder of Gregory Sanchez and his girlfriend Sherry Domingo. And now, law enforcement agencies across the state are digging deep into their files, reportedly looking into whether D'Angelo could be linked to other crimes, like the Cordova cat burglar attacks in the early 70s near eastern Sacramento.
So we know that there are allegations of him being prolific. Now it's a matter of finding out if we know about everything, and then, really finding out about the details of each one of those.
Now, D'Angelo remains behind bars without bail in Sacramento. Sources tell us prosecutors were able to obtain photographs of D'Angelo's body, fingerprints, and additional DNA. He's expected back in court on Monday. Michael?
All right, thank you, Whit. And we're going to go now to an investigation that's underway into a deadly Tesla crash that killed 2 teenagers. The car bursted into flames after slamming into a wall in Florida. Investigators are now focusing on the fire in the car's battery. ABC's David Curley is at a Tesla dealership in Washington this morning. Good morning, David.
Morning, Michael. Tesla is now the subject of a few different investigations. In this latest deadly incident, the investigation is looking less at the crash and more at what followed.
It was a high-speed crash of a Tesla Model S, but it's the fire that followed which is under investigation this morning. A fire so intense, bystanders couldn't help the 2 Fort Lauderdale High School seniors.
No one could help, and that just crushed me.
While the teens are being mourned and a third recovers in the hospital, the fire is drawing the attention of federal investigators and regulators because this is not the first time a Tesla, powered by electric battery rather than gas, has been engulfed in flames. That March accident involving a Tesla autopilot system in Mountain View, California, also had a fire. ABC News has confirmed from an investigative source that the battery from that vehicle towed to an impound lot in the wreckage reignited nearly a week later. All these batteries are lithium-ion. They can hold a lot of power, but a short or breach can lead to overheating, explosions, and fire. We've seen it in phones, e-cigarettes, hoverboards, and many other devices. But cars contain thousands of the batteries.
The lithium battery is not intrinsically safe. The phone has 1 battery and a car has 7,000 batteries. So the likelihood of something going wrong in a car is much more than the phone.
Tesla tells us in a statement, serious high-speed collisions can result in a fire, but adds that Tesla data shows a gas car in the United States is 5 times more likely to experience a fire.
Now, it's not just the batteries that investigators want to know about in these Tesla vehicles. They also want to study how firefighters respond to these incidents and then how these damaged batteries are actually transported after an accident. As we mentioned, Michael, one of these reignited nearly a week later.
All right, thank you so much, David. Well, I'm sure a lot of people out there driving Teslas are thinking about that. Now to that close encounter. Most people, when you go on safari, you're hoping to get as close as possible to the animals, but one family decided to make themselves a little too close to a family of cheetahs. Exactly. A family of 5 decided to get out of their car when they were suddenly surrounded by cheetahs, the fastest meat eaters on the planet. And watch as the cheetahs start circling the parents and their 3 children, but thank goodness for Mom. She managed to stay cool and calm, got herself and her baby back into the car safely. And I'm sure the cheetahs ran up and said, "What are you guys doing out here?" Like, you just don't.
And they were saying, "Get back in your car, too. Get in there."
Yeah, and it's only in those vital moments that you can see the family's relief. But I've been on safari. It is. Of course. I'm scared to use the bathroom by myself. That's scary.
TMI. Back to Ginger with heat. Moving east this weekend, Ginger?
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if that was calm or if that was shock. Okay, quick. Could see records this weekend south of that jet stream. All right, let's get to your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the weekend getaway is sponsored by Walgreens.
At Walgreens, helping millions of children here at home and around the world starts with one person. You. This Red Nose Day, stop by Walgreens and help end child poverty. One nose at a time. Because every one counts. Walgreens. Trusted since 1901.
Well, you're not going to need the umbrella today, just your sunglasses and short sleeves. It's going to be a nice one today as we see temperatures a little higher than average, mid-70s by lunchtime, 81 to about 83 degrees during those afternoon hours. We'll have sunshine around most of the day to tomorrow. There could be a late day thunderstorm. Commencement exercises, though, kind of hot and a little sticky too at 92 for a high temperature. Mother's Day, a big range, 65 to 83. It all depends on where a front is going to set up, but there could be a few early morning showers.
We have that ABC News exclusive with the Southwest pilots now telling their story, what they were thinking after that engine explosion, and what the passengers are saying about those terrifying moments. The first interview is only on GMA this morning.
Sorry, I can't make it. It's just my eczema again, but it's